Hello guys, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome back. So guys, in this particular video, we will be discussing around one of the most famous certification from NISM, that is NISM 15. So when it comes to NISM 15, it is all about the research thing. So it is called Research Analyst. So here we will be discussing the core content, the syllabus area. Actually, if you go for this particular certification, what are the areas which you have to prepare, right? So we will be going through the unit-wide weightage also. Along with that weightage things, all the topics and their subtopics. We have 15 units which are generally part of NISM 15 research analyst. So their individual weightage as well as the detail every unit contain a detailed syllabus also, and as well as how to prepare for this particular one, the suitable mock test which we will be sharing with you, right? So guys, when it comes to research analyst or NISM 15 आपका, so we have 15 unit and this is the overall weightage itself, right? When it comes to unit 1, it is all about the basics or the introduction to research analyst professional. Then securities market. Up see, if you have done NISM 5 and NISM 8, believe me, you do not have to prepare these particular things. That means you are already prepared for this particular part. So NISM 5 and 8 are kind of a basic fundamentals for NISM 15, right? So in that same sequence, you have to prepare or appear in these particular examination, because equity and debt also, it will also get covered. Fundamental of research analyst. Now from here onwards, you will see some new things. Economic analysis, we have industry analysis, we have company analysis, financial analysis and business and governance. Then we have corporate action, valuation principle, very important unit from this, fundamental analysis of commodities. Then we have fundamental analysis of risk and return. Then we have qualities of good research report. Then we have legal and regulatory environment and the technical analysis, right? So this is something, the overall APA curriculum of this particular examination, where there are few units which are having maximum weightage. So you have to focus around these particular one. As I said earlier also, these are module based examination. They are more around the practical things, right? So what, as a research analyst, what will be your role and responsibilities, duties? So they generally build up around those particular things. So let's go through this particular module in detail and what are the overall syllabus areas and course curriculum. So accordingly, when you prepare for these particular things, you can plan your study also. But my suggestion is ki before directly coming to NISM 15, first go for 2-3 certification like NISM 5, NISM 8. We have that currency derivative, equity research and others. They'll help you out to easily आपका handle this particular one. So we have introduction to research analyst. This is all about the basics requirements आपका, like role, आपका responsibilities, basic principle, and आपका qualities as a research analyst. Then we have securities market. It include the capital market basically, right? Product and their definitions, structure of securities market, various participants, and different type of transactions, demat and rematerialization of securities itself. Then terminology related to equity and debt. This is linked to this particular one only, right? Equity market, your stock market, debt market, bond market, different type of bonds, and understanding the terminologies in commodity market itself. Then fundament, actually this module start from here. Fundamental of research, whenever you are going to conduct some sort of research on different areas. So the areas like investing, role of research, technical analysis, the basic introduction. Last unit is all about technical analysis only. Fundamental analysis, the like it is related to economy, company or any specific sector. Quantitative research, behavioral approach, fundamental analysis, commodity. Then case studies are also there in this particular case itself, right? Then economic analysis, which include unit 5 economic analysis, the micro and macro economy, at a as an economy as a whole or as a world economy. Microeconomics is like how individual make decision, right? So demand, supply, and everything. So variable, various macroeconomic variables and like GDP, BOP, and other things. Fundamental analysis. Then we have secular or cyclical and seasonal trends also. Then we have information for economic analysis. Then the another sort of analysis is industry analysis. Like let's say when you build up your portfolios around banking, automobile, IT, and others. So what are the key consideration during that particular period? So they generally get explained during this particular one. So industry analysis, आपका different industry आपका cyclicality, we have market seizing and trend analysis, same things here also, understanding industry landscape, industry drivers and regulatory environment, taxation and information about the industry. Then company analysis, now it is more closer, like let's say if you're going for any specific company analysis, so the fundamentals of company, understanding the business and business model, pricing power, then we have competitive advantages, strength and weakness, opportunities and threats, SWOT analysis basically, quality of the management and governance, risk in business, credit rating of the companies by different CRAs, ESG framework. Then we have source of information for analysis. Company analysis, financial analysis. So this was all about your business and governance. Now this is your आपका core financial analysis, where you are going to study the different reports of that particular company, like balance sheet, profit and loss account, cash flow, fund flow, and other. Right. So standalone financial statement and consolidated. Standalone means specific company. If that is a group company or holding company, so the inclusion of those particular one in this one. Then balance sheet, we have profit and loss account, changes, statement of changes in shareholders equity if applicable, cash flow. Then we have note to accounts. Then we have आपका, while you doing these particular analysis, the basic principles, reading audit reports, financial statement analysis, ratios, dew point analysis, forecasting up using ratios, we have peer comparison and other aspect of it. This is something which is again very important one, right? Then we have corporate action, how that company is get making the season and others, right? So it is something around these particular areas. Philosophy of corporate action, dividend, right issue, bonus shares, stock split. Then we have share consolidation, merger and acquisition, demerger, spin-off, scheme of arrangement. Then we have loan restructuring, buyback. Then we have delisting and relisting of shares and share swap. Again, very interesting one. Then valuation principles, आपका different price and value, valuation and required source value of business and approaches to the valuation itself. Like again, the core concept driven units in all, right? Then we have discounted. This is a valuation method only. After discounted, we generally apply the time value of money in this particular case. Relative valuation, आपका comparing with some similar type of companies in the competition. Then we have earning based valuation, asset based, relative valuations. Then we have some of the part that is stop valuation. Then we have valuation parameters, new age economy and businesses, objectivity and important consideration. Then fundamental analysis of the commodities, right? So here we have demand and supply analytics of commodities, producers and consumer commodity, currency and dollar, correlation between international and domestic market, interconnectedness basically, crop report and weather report, investment data, macroeconomics indicators आपका like GDP, आपका PCI and all. Then government policies and geopolitics and hedging in commodities itself. Then risk and return, another important module आपका, so which include concept of return of the investment and return on investment. Okay. So then we have calculation of simple, annual and compound interest. Then we have risk and investment, measuring risk, concept of market risk, beta base, sensitivity analysis. We have concept of margin of safety, equity return with bond return, calculating risk adjusted return, basic behavioral biases, some pearl of wisdom from the investment gurus, and आपका measuring liquidity of equity shares. The next one we have qualities of good research, basic conceptual. Okay. So what include? Then legal and regulatory environment, again very important one. So regulatory infrastructure in financial market, Then we have Indian securities market code of conduct. Then we have management of conflict of interest and disclosure requirement for research analysts, exchange surveillance mechanism. Then we have SEBI investor charter and complaint disclosure, cyber security and cyber resilience framework, right? The final unit is all about technical analysis, introduction of technical analysis, different type of chart, Dow theory. Then we have understanding market trends, chart reversal pattern, chart consolidated pattern, support and resistance. Then we have trend lines and channel and your technical indicators, right? Very, very interesting module, guys. Like when you'll go through the whether you are preparing for any regulatory bodies examination or you are working in some financial institution and you want to expand your career in these particular areas, or you are pursuing your graduation or masters in BBA, MBA, BCom and other things. So this is something which will give you आपका a thorough knowledge around these particular things. So this is something like clearing exam is not the goal. Building your understanding is very, very important around these particular terminologies, right? So if you understand fundamentally all these particular things, believe me, down the line they are going to help you in your overall finance journey, right? So these are the 15 units. Now how to prepare. So this is something, the prerequisite is basically you have to, I'll not suggest ki directly jump to this particular one until unless if you are having a basic base, like let's say if you're already working with some bank or financial institution, that means you're okay with mutual fund or the basic equity things and all, right? But if you are completely new, especially if you are undergraduate or if you are pursuing your masters, or after you have recently joined some institution and you do not have that knowledge, so first I'll suggest go for the NISM 5, then NISM 8, then NISM 12. These are the basic steps. Then once you'll come to this particular module, you'll be already having the basic foundation around all these particular things, and it will be very easy to understand things. If you just want to pass this particular examination, for that also we have a solution, but that is something I'll not personally suggest. Like if you are building career around this, short term things will not help you, but if you have already done basic preparation and all, so we have created आपका unit wise mock. In every mock you will see around 170 or 80 questions for these particular one, right? Then you will see आपका full length mock also. The different module wise mock also are there, right? So we will be sharing these particular one. Now please do let me know how many of you preparing for this particular one and how you can access in the how you can access these particular one. For that one I'll create a separate video and you will be having access to all these particular one, right? So this is something which is the basic areas which we require to clear the NISM 15. So now we have already posting videos around your NISM 5. Once we're done with NISM 5, then we'll come up with 8, 12 and other certifications also, including your आपका NISM 15, which is all about the research analyst, right? So step by step, you can also start your journey with us only, right? You can follow these particular sequences as you get the content. Just start consuming that particular thing. And if you are having any extra doubt, any queries and all, please do let us know in the comment section. So I wish you all the very best for your future, guys, and I'll see you soon with another video, and we will be keep posting those concept videos also. That is very, very important for all of us. Just start consuming that particular one. So wish you all the very best, guys. Thank you. See you soon.